All right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and will rest therein. As you can see, the topic of this video is we have denied the power for so long. We have truly denied the power for so long. Now we at a point or at a time period or in a time period where we want to be heard. We want someone to uh, be able to understand what we're trying to say and what we're trying to do, and we really want them to see what we can see. But when we have denied the power for so long, we did many of things without uh, uh, um, ushering the power of the Most High Yah in the face or in the eyes of many. Instead, we thought it was best to just give the people what we felt that was needed within our own self, in our own emotions, and in our own opinion, in our own decision, in our own choices, in our own way, in our own will. To the point now, we want someone to hear us, and they still cannot hear us because the power have been denied for so long. They wouldn't even accept the power that rests therein. That is another reason why a lot of people won't accept those that the Most High have sent, is because for so long many have cursed and have brought words that they shouldn't even utter out of their mouth against those that were coming and is coming. And now it's to the point where nobody listened to nobody. No one is really hearing anyone in this day and time. Hello, everyone in the live chat. And now we want people to know about the power and to feel this power, because now we're feeling things. See, things are going on, and now we want them to know what this power is. But we should have been teaching that a long time ago. Long time ago. See, we cannot teach nothing without the Ruach HaKodesh. And with that Ruach HaKodesh come power. So why is we teaching this word without the power? This word cannot be taught without the power. It is the power. And what I mean, I'm not talking about this book. I'm talking about the Ruach HaKodesh. You see, it is all power. Okay? It is the spirit of the Most High Yah. So now we're on these platforms trying to understand why is it many are not receiving things and not getting it and not seeing it and not hearing it. It's because many that was given the word, they decided to teach it out of their own self understanding, their own emotions, their own personal opinion, their own understanding, their own wisdom, their own knowledge, because they didn't understand there's two wisdom, there's two knowledge, there's two understanding. They don't even understand that there's one in the flesh and there's one in the spirit. And what many have done on these platforms and in the churches and in the synagogue and in the sanctuary and in these places, they have taught the word of Yah with no power. And now today, they're wondering and trying to piece things together. Why is it that the people are so wicked and evil? Why is it they can't understand what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it, is because for so long we as people have denied the power of Yah. See, we just wanted to teach them our wisdom, our knowledge, our understanding. We wanted them to understand our emotions, our personal opinion, our decision on what this book is saying, our feelings on what it's saying, our definitely their personal opinion. See, instead, they should have kicked all that to the side and realized that the Ruach said, I will teach you all things. And the things that the Ruach will teach you, it comes with power. You see? But what happened is they decided to just teach the word of the Most High Yah with no power. Okay? And because they wanted the power for themselves. And the power is getting subscribers and getting likes and making video throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, because they're trying to gain power so that they can receive what the beast has to give them after they have given you the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding with no power. And now things are flipping upside down and people trying to make sense of it in a way. They still are trying to piece pieces together without the power. See? And like I've mentioned several times, just like you can be born to give, to take, or in between. You can be a giver, you can be a taker, or you can be in between. You don't ever want to be in between, and you don't want to be a taker. You want to be a giver. Okay? And that's how it is with many of people on these platforms and in the churches and in the synagogue and in the sanctuaries and in the temple. They want to teach the people what they feel, what that they see fit. They don't want to usher the Ruach in their direction or them in the direction of the Ruach, so the Ruach can do what he promised that he would do. And he has truly did just that. So today we're going to talk about, we have denied the power for so long to now that those that Yah has ushered gifts to be able to give to the body of Hamashiach, the people are not even receiving it. Why? For so long it been taught in such a great era, and that was without the power. Mm-hmm. People think they can teach this thing without the power, and they can't. No one is going to get caught up in no one's emotions. No one's going to, for a minute, everybody get caught up in an individual personal opinion, because that's what everybody is looking for, an idol God. Everybody is looking for an idol God. Why is that, Deborah? For thousands of years, this is what irked the Most High Yah more than anything. This is what irked the Most High Yah than anything, is that we idol. We had a love for idling gods. Why? And even to today, we idol other people to give us what Yah has always said. I have it right here for you. You don't want it from me? No, I got to get on YouTube and get it from somebody else that I'm used to getting it from. I got to understand their way. I got to understand their wisdom. I got to understand their knowledge. I got to have their understanding. I got to like them. I got to subscribe them. I got to praise them, to honor them. And y'all sitting over here and saying, the same people doing the same thing. They always have to have an idol God. And that's what they're doing. And even though many might deny that that's actually taking place, that's why it's going to continue. It's because everybody is looking for someone to idol them. And they don't understand you are getting idol. And the only way you're going to find that out when you stand before glory. Because you ain't going to listen to those that Yah is sending. And those are not, and the anointed ones ain't going to listen to you. Because the only one listen to the individuals, or many of those are those that's blind, those that's lost, those that can't hear nor can they see. Because if they could, they'll first start off with the Ruach HaKodesh, because that's the one that's going to teach you all things, reveal things to you, bring things to your remembrance, show you things to come, comfort you. Who can ask for more than that? Y'all is already pouring out grace and mercy. So I want to cover how we have denied the power in this day. You see, we've gotten away from so much of what y'all represent that is sad. And we are not going to grip him and give up what we've been doing. Oh, no. It's not a 99.9 on this devil platform ain't going to give up their platform and turn this thing right and put it in the righteous area, or to steer it in the right, on the right road. Oh, no, they won't. No. They can't give up their likes. They can't give up their subscribers. They can't give up the praise you give them. They can't give up that feeling of you honoring them, you glorifying them, you praising them, you putting them on pedestal. They ain't gonna give that up. No. They will fight to the end to uphold their ways, which is in their flesh, their wisdom, which is in their flesh, their knowledge, which is in their flesh, and their understanding that rests in their own flesh. You see, they ain't going to switch over to take what Yah stands for. Oh, no. I got all these subscribers telling people about what I feel, telling people about how my opinion, what I think. See, everything that deals with their flesh. But they didn't know that there's another side to wisdom, and that is spirit. There's another side to knowledge, that is spirit. There is another side to understanding, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. See, they don't understand that. Even when he said, he that has an ear, he talking about if you have that spiritual ear to hear. When he said they see and cannot, it's because spiritually they can't see. No, he ain't talking about natural. He know you can see natural. He know you can hear natural. He talking about spirit. He letting you know that there's two sides. You can be on this side or you can be on this side. Which one? He that heareth knoweth. You see? But he that heareth not know nothing. Okay? So that's the difference. Why? Because both parts comes from the potter who created the clay. He knows the clay in which he has chosen to go in the unrighteous will. And he knows the potter, the clay that he have formed for the righteous will. He knows which direction each form destiny and where it began and where it is going. He knows already. While we sitting around here trying to grab all power and our authority of the way we think, feel, the way we feel things should be the way we say, the way we think it, the way our knowledge, the way our understanding in the flesh is. He's not finna battle with that. He already knows the outcome, the end of that. Just like he knew the beginning. And I myself now are hearing many males talk about the strong delusion, because that's what they're coming to that conclusion, that's where we at. And it's the truth. I said that several times in the last 6 months, because when you're seeing this stuff and you know that you've been taught this, and then here it is, he's showing this to you in the wilderness, and you're trying to figure out, now, shouldn't they get it, Father? No, they should not, because he is the potter who formed those two lumps of clay. He know exactly which one going this way and which one is going that way. But both of them coming from his same lump, mean his will shall be done. If his will say that we're going to have a flood, that's what it's going to be. it's not going to be dry land. You see, his will is going to bring in things to bring the flood in which he said we should have. Why? Because he has willed it. Okay. It's a big thing for me that we understand the power. Because if you don't understand the power, you are without Christ. You are without him. And the more I get on here, I realize why the gate is narrow. It makes so much sense. Why the gate is narrow. Why does he say, and if it was so, it would fool my very elect? All these things mean something. They carry power behind it. And it's the type of power people are denying. They're denying that the gate is narrow. They deny that the gate that leads to destruction is broad, because people get confused with even being on this devil platform. If they got great numbers, they confuse that with righteous. And they confuse that with the fruit of the spirit. They the one carrying the word of Yah. That's why they won't, because they denied the power, and they think all that they have is what has been given to them, because they all lack and some. Sorry, what they call themselves, souls. Okay, Sister Deborah is going to cover all the prophetess. One thing I want to let you all know: when you deny the power of the Most High Yah, and you grab the power for yourself so that people can idol you on Patriots, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and you're getting the glory over Yah, know that Yah is beholding it all. So don't think that what you doing is glorifying Yah, because it's not when you getting the praise, not when you getting the honor. You see, that is not of Yah. That's why you should recognize that this is the devil's platform. Once you recognize that this is the devil's platform, then that's that first step, letting you know, get off your high horse and come down to solid ground where you can meet the Most High, where he's at, and he can meet you. Because being up high, you can't meet him up there. And yes, you can, if you're sticking that deep with principality in high places. Oh yeah, you can meet him up in that end, on that end. Okay, let me say this here, and I'm going to cover the prophetess in the Bible. And the reason why is the prophetess in the Bible had much power. Much power. They had a power that the prophets, which are the men, did not have. Let me say that again. The prophetess in the Bible had a power that the prophets didn't have. Okay. They had the spirit to judge. Okay. It wasn't no, now just think, who will trust us to judge a nation? Who? He didn't trust the king. He didn't trust nobody to judge a nation. But he trusts the prophetess. That's their calling, their spiritual purpose. Those that are called to that position in Yah. And these positions didn't come when they were born, or when their mother conceived them, or when their mother and father met. No, these things took place, like I told you, from the back end, before the foundation of the world. They were sealed, they was appointed, and they was anointed. As I think about the prophets in the Bible, and I see how a lot of them, majority of them, was murdered. Mm-hmm. They suffered great stoning and deaths. Okay, these were the prophets who come on behalf of the Most High Yah to get in the midst of the house of Israel and constantly tell them messages from the Most High Yah. And all this time, to me, I think that we need to also have respect for, if we have prophets, have a lot of respect for, because the prophets back then, most of them lost their lives. Okay. Did the whole house of Israel, or the tribes, listen to what these prophets were saying? No. So why would you think Yah would put them in a situation like that, knowing that the people would not? Because Yah has a plan. He had it before the foundation of the world. It's, to me, I also see it like a blueprint. Ain't no man, no woman on this earth is going to erase it or correct it or make it this way and make it that way. It is what he said it is. That's why do you think he says to me, Deborah, this need be? Calm down, stand down. This need be. It's because it's nothing Sister Deborah can say, do on this earth that's going to change the will of the Father from the heavens in which created it all. No way. No way. I don't want to ever, even when I say prayer and I praying for my children, that he save them and sanctify them and fill them with his ruach. And then I always let him know, Father, not my will, but thy will. This is just a mother prayer for her children. That's it. That's it. Because I don't want to come up or buckle up on his will the way he has it planned for them. All I want to do is be a mother. That's it. That's it. A mother that cries out for her children to be saved. If y'all save them, praise the Most High Yah. If y'all don't, praise the Most High Yah. That's just who I am. You see, I believe that whatever decision Yah has willed for their life before the foundation of the world is well with me. This is just a mother prayer, meaning a mother that loves her children. This is what she is to do anyway, is to pray for her children. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to try to buckle up on my Father's will when I know his will was predestined before the foundation of the world. Same thing I told you. When I come before him, come that judgment, I ain't going to sit here and say, well, I told them, or yeah, this and this. No, I'm going to hang my ugly head and just wait for whatever he say, because there's nothing to be said. Nothing. We could be better than who we are, but we only as good as he has made us. I know that might sound deep, but it is deep for real. Even though we trying to get on a perfect, how would I say, horse, and there's no perfect in us in this flesh. There's good and evil. The spirit is good, it's willing to do the will of the Father, but the flesh, everything evil, it won't partaker in. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the prophetess in the Bible, and I want to go to Judge chapter 4 and verse 4 of Judges. We want to talk about Deborah, okay? And the reason why we're going to talk about Deborah is because I want to start with her, because that is the first one. When I key it in, that's the first prophetess. I want to show you how the world and everybody who say in churches, in synagogue, in what they call the temple, the sanctuary, and all these here organizations and groups and camps and Hebrew Israelite teachers, they have denied the power that was, that is, and that shall be. You see? Constantly denying it. And that's why we can't get on the right path. It's because we don't have no sense. Now, I'm going to show y'all where Sister Deborah is telling the truth from the beginning to the end. Watch this here. When Yeshua came, you think he came with just word? No, he didn't. He came with word and power. You see? And before he left, he told us that after the Spirit has come upon us, we shall receive this power. And he said we should do greater signs and wonders. Where is it? You see what I'm saying? Where is our power? And which Yeshua said that we should have. Because we so busy trying to teach people our personal opinion, our personal feeling, our personal emotions, our personal wisdom, our personal knowledge, and our own self understanding. Because if we wasn't loaded up with what we, and me, guess what? We'll be talking about he, and showing the power they're in. Do you think that anybody in the chat, do you all think that if someone were to come to you and you know that someone was dying in the hospital, and you take them to the hospital and the doctor had already told them they're not going to last overnight, and the individual lay hands and they fully recover, not halfway, not partial, but fully recovered, wouldn't you feel that you've been touched by Yah? Just being able to be blessed to see the work of Yah? Wouldn't you feel really geared up to serve this mighty Yah? Because his wonders and his signs is being shown to you. Oh, you wouldn't help but want. You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want nothing outside of that. Because after you feel this, and you sitting here and you know this lady didn't have legs, all of a sudden she has legs, you would want Yah in a way you never. This is the sort of stuff. And if you can go somewhere and someone has a bad accident and everybody is laid out, 2 or 3, and a child is considered dead, and you can lay your hands right before everybody out there, not showing off, but displaying the power of Yah. You see, when this is what Yeshua was talking about, this is this power that we should be able to perform. And because of where our sick minds are at, and our way of interpreting this word and trying to make people think it's the way we perceive it, the way we understand it, and the way we have the knowledge of it, this is why Yah won't allow the power to be manifested, because there's no belief in the power. The power is denied on all corners, especially with our Hebrew Israelite men. They have no sense of the power. They could care less about the power because they feel they are the power. And that's all the power you need. Isn't that deep? So, when I'm coming to you about regarding these prophetess, I want to show you that they had what you call power from on high. You see, they had power. The prophetess, the men had the how would I say? He used them to speak what he wanted to give to the whole house of Israel throughout times, always, even to today. A right now word. Look, don't do that. Do this. Do this. Don't do this. Do this. Keep the commandments. Keep my promise in you. Do right. Do right. Do right. This is what the men did. Did they ever take to it? No. But let's go over here to the prophetess. And let me tell you all something. There are many people who's ever learning and appeal to be holier than thou and ever learned, and they really got people thinking that they are somewhere. Yeah, but I guess this is okay, long as it'll be judged in the midst of Yah, because people are honoring and worshiping them, and they not giving them anything that leads them to the power of Yah, nor the love which is give and gave of Yah, or anything that really gives Yah let people identify the light. Now watch this. There are those that will quickly say that, oh, back in the days, the prophetess didn't go around saying they prophets, prophetess. You know, want me to tell you how ignorant they are? Were you there? See how simple that is? Oh, so you didn't hear him? You were there? You didn't hear him? Oh, so you was there then. And you didn't hear them say who they were. Every day of their lives, you was there. See how ignorant they are? It doesn't even make any sense. Why do you say that, Deborah? Let's go. When the Most High want us to identify with the prophetess, you must identify with the power therein. The power to judge. That's deep. He didn't give them the power to judge one here, one here, one here. He gave them power to judge the whole house of Israel. Thousands. Now, what would cause this creator that has all power give that type of an authority to a female? Let's go. In the book of Judges, chapter 4, verse 4, we're going to start with Deborah. And it says, Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidan, is that Lapidan? She judged Israel. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. She judged? Wait a minute. What do you mean? Exactly that. She judged the whole house of Israel. Why? Because when she was created before the foundation of the world, when the Most High called her out, okay, let's get to it now. Chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, first of all, is not just a name. It is a name that was given to her before the foundation of the world. So it has a spiritual connection. Deborah, her name, Deborah, is a spiritual name that was given to her before the foundation of the world. Okay. And what else came after her name? Okay. What came after her name? It's just like Yeshua. He's appointed. His name was given to him as the sacrifice and the lamb. Okay. He was given his position before he got here. That's why John had some connection to who he was, because he knew him from the heavens before he knew him on the earth. A lot of people won't do their study to see that, but it's there. Just as clear as I'm sitting right here. Okay. Now, here in Judge chapter 4, when I read this, and the Most High has taught me through his ruach, not through man's or woman's mumble mouth, but through the spirit of the Most High Yah. He said, first you look at that Deborah. Deborah's name was not a name that was put on her from birth. See, Yah names his. Hallelujah. He names his before the foundation of the world. So he said, her name from the heavens is Deborah. Come on back. And I go back there. He said, do you see a prophetess? That was called out for her before the heavens and earth was created. Before heavens and earth was created. She is the spiritual. Her spiritual mission is a prophetess. So her spiritual name is Deborah. Her spiritual purpose is a prophetess. And I'm going to show you something. And then it says she's the what? the wife of Lapotun, done. Do it. Lapaduit. I think that's how you play it. Lapaduit. Paduit. That's her husband. She is the wife of him. Now watch this here. This is what Yah told me. So he was telling me how to really bypass ignorance when it's so thick. He say, minds are first called with the holy calling. I give them their name from the heavens. I give their purpose in me from the heavens. Anything they do when they get down there, that comes afterwards. So see how he lined that up. First, she got her holy name. Then she got her purpose. God birthed her purpose in her. And then what it says. Now she's the wife of Lapudum. She judged Israel at that time. That's the whole house of Israel. She was the judge. And they came to her. They came to her. Okay. Now, this is the sad part about it. There are ignorant males and females that walks around and say, when she wasn't going around saying she was a prophet. She wasn't going around saying she was a prophet. You're not supposed to be going around saying who you use a fool. Use a fool and use a fool and use a fool and use a fool. What make us think that the devil can call out his, but y'all don't have no right to call his by his holy calling? That's what you have in the world today. Fools. This lady was called from the heavens. Her name has a meaning in Yah. How do you know that, Deborah? Because Yah Matthews and write all the lists of those who carried the down. Matthews 1 all the way down. David, Abraham, Isaac. And then he told me to write them all down. And on the side of them, put down their Hebrew name. And when you put down a Hebrew name, you study it and you find out that these names are holy. These people's names are holy. And when you go to Matthews 1 and you look up all them names, and it'll blow your mind what it meant in the heavens before it was on the earth. You see, this woman, her name was Deborah, okay? And it wasn't spelled like Deborah as we see it because it was in Hebrew, okay? But she had a name that was chosen by Yah in the heavens, along with a position, a purpose. So should she come to the earth with the holy name that Yah chose for her and the position Yah chose for her and say not a word? But everybody gonna know who she is. How are they gonna know? How is the whole house of Israel going to know who she is and how she represents Yah if she's not using her holy name and her holy position? That's why he put at the end her fleshly purpose came in. And what was that? A wife. He wasn't going to put she's a wife of him, Lapidor, do it first, and then put her name, and then put her position. No, everything of Yah is holy. It comes first. So if you get down here, and I'm going to tell y'all, and that's why I said denying the power. Christ said he had a body. And he said, I am the head, and they're in it, and I have a body. And in the body has many members. You know why the members haven't come forth? It's because ignorant females and ignorant males are ridiculing positions in which the Ruach and Yeshua, not your Christ, have formed to come forth to represent the body. Why do you think them people ain't coming forth? Do you all know they the one have the power? Y'all didn't know they, did you? They the one, but because of what's being taught, the mindsets of stupidity, deceiving, manipulating people, because they think it's about subscribers and like and not spirit and truth, many fall to the wayside. Don't think y'all ain't gonna pick them up. Oh, no. They gonna get up. They gonna get up. Because, see, that's what they thinking. If we can belittle them and take them away from the power and say that they're not supposed to identify who they are, use a lie from the pit of hell. He even give them an example, saying, and I'm just going to set out one. The right eye can't say to the left eye, you are not needed or you are not necessary. But see, this is the mindset that's being taught on these platforms. Telling people that don't identify your position because they didn't do it in the Bible. How do you know? Were you there? Ain't that's what y'all had to tell Job? Where were you? Oh, you was in the midst of Deborah. Oh, I forgot. You was sitting right under the tree with her to judge the whole house of Israel. Stand down and get in your right position if you got one. Find who you are in your spiritual calling. In the body of Hamashiach. Find your place if you got a place. And your place is not on these devil platforms and on Facebook and on YouTube and Patriot. If it's of Yah, find out who you are. And stop trying to battle these people in their position Yah has called them. That's why they denying the power. Because the power is within those that Christ said, I am the head and I have a body. And all that are in the body works together. You see, one can't say you don't belong here. We can't use you. No, Christ said we all are in the body. We need to work together. And then they try to whine about uniting and why is it? Oh, they ain't uniting. We can't do this and they evil. They this. Yeah, now you're calling them out. But the truth be told, you ain't told nobody nothing. You see, you got people denying the power. Because the power, as long as it's being given to you all on these devil platform, you could care less if they display it or if their power is activated. Because Christ is the head. We know that there's power there. So what is going on with the body of Christ? Denying the power because they listening to everybody who don't even have a position, that has not been able to even identify who they are in the Most High Yah. So they wants to make everybody else not play any role in this power that was given to us. Okay. Now in Deborah, the Most High, what he gave me was this. When you see her name, that is a holy name that I've given her for the purpose of himself. Then after that, I gave you her holy calling, her holy purpose. And if you walk down here and sit and say, well, I don't have no purpose, I'm just walking down here, because everybody on these devil platforms, that's what they're doing. They portraying to be a role before Yah. They portraying to be somebody in the midst of Yah. They dress the role, they act the role, they speak the role. But where is their role? No. Where is their power? Where is it? You can't find it, and you won't find it. Their power is in getting subscribers and likes. That's it. Okay. So when I saw that, I thought that was really powerful. And this wasn't today. The Most High revealed this to me a while back, a couple of years ago. And he was saying that this is what I called her from heaven. And then he gave her her position. And when she got down here, she could have been a mother, she could be a wife, she could be a sister, but that wasn't important to y'all. Most High wants you to know she was my holy that I've sent down here to work on my behalf. She is a prophetess. So run around here saying she's his wife. Everybody want to say, she is his wife. Okay, she's his wife in the flesh. Who is she in the spirit that can judge the whole house of Israel? Does that make any sense there? is it she can be identified as his wife? How can she be identified as a mother, as a daughter, but not her holy calling? That's it. That's it. And that's it. That's the mindset of those who now trying to figure out what's going on and why this place is such a chaos. It's because you and others have denied the power they're in. Now, in verse 5. Was that my phone? No, that couldn't have been my phone. The inhabitants of the village ceased. They ceased in Israel until what? That I, Deborah, arose, a mother of Israel. Until she. See, this is what your men is not going to precept. They ain't going to tell you about that. Until she arose as what? The mother in Israel. Now she's the prophetess. Okay, in verse 12, this is what Deborah was saying to the whole house of Israel. Awaken, awaken, Deborah. Awaken, awaken. Utter a song. You see, this was the first time I realized when I saw the word awaken, a female is connected to the awaken. But if you let these men tell you today that she needs to shut up, what are they saying to the Most High Yah? What are they saying to the Most High Yah here? What are they saying? Now listen. Utter a song, arise, Abrock, and lead thy captivities captive, thy son of Aban. Is it Benan? Now, she's saying this to him. He's the king, telling him to awaken, to awaken. You see how she had the power over the king to tell him to awaken. You see? So how is it these Negroes today going to have the audacity to tell women to shut up? Keep quiet. Don't exalt yourself over what they say, men. Does that make any sense? It doesn't. When this is the way Yah has done it and shall always be his way, not their way, but this is the way they want you to think. Now, Deborah judged the whole house of Israel. So you have to have known it had to have been probably more than 10,000. One woman. Something wrong with that. And you know what else, y'all? That's sad. That's what's going on today. When he said the women is going to be shall rule over the men. That's what it's all about. It's a spiritual thing, y'all. It's not a worldly thing. It's something he is going to allow just because the men, those that led them, erred in time past for thousands of years. And while you all thinking that the hate of our men today toward our women has to do with something we done, what we're doing, and what we're saying, and we are speaking out. No. This has to do with spirit and truth. Just like you fighting out against flesh and blood. They thinking they fighting against flesh and blood because they trying to get things their way in the natural, but they don't understand y'all got the power already, got that rule in the spirit. You can kill all the women you want to kill. You can have the hate. You can teach the hate because all of them are teaching it, from Pastor Dowles to GOCC. All of them are teaching it. And if they don't teach against it, he said they are for it. See, when you don't teach against unrighteous and unjust in your own nation, Yah said you are for them. You are with them. You're along with them. And that's how he's going to see you. So when that time comes, you are not serving him in righteous. You're not serving him in what is just. You see? So there was another young lady in Exodus 15, and her name was Marian. Marian was another prophetess, and she was he spoke of her as the sister of Aaron, and she was also Moses' sister. And it's his blood sister. He's his sister, and she played many roles in the biblical. But people really didn't understand the reason why the Most High allowed her to have that disease to come on her, because she wouldn't buckle. She wouldn't buckle. She was so disappointed in Moses marrying the Ethiopian woman, to the point where she wouldn't let go. Aaron let go, but she wouldn't let go even after Yah confronted her. So Yah had to put something on her to bring her down. It's just like me. If he say to me, okay, Deborah, come down, stand down, you better stand down. That means bring your tail back to what is righteous, what is just. Come on from down up there. Come on down. And she wouldn't come down. So she eventually she did, but she didn't at first. Okay, in Exodus 15, you got Marian, 15 and 20. And it says, and Marian, the prophetess. Now you notice how she, watch that now. Watch what the Father said. Her name first, which is holy. Okay. The prophetess, which is her purpose from the heaven. And then what? Sister of Aaron took the timberland and her hand, in her hand, and all the women went after her with the tambourine, and with dancing. Now, let's see, in verse 24, in verse 21, and Marian answered them, singing, ye to the Lord, for he has trumpeted graciously. The horse and his rider have he thrown into the sea. Marian, I like the way he set her up too, because Deborah, he showed that she was a wife when it come down to the flesh, you see. But Marian, he said that she is, in verse 20, she is the sister of Aaron. You see, always letting you know the flesh get the tail end. Where these people getting off telling you you're not supposed to identify who you are in the spirit, but you're supposed to walk around here telling everybody you what you are in the flesh. That's why people are the way that they are on these devil platforms. That's why the men are the way that they are on these platforms, because they have not stuck their head into anything that is spirit and truth. They think everything is fleshly. And here, Marian's name, she was given that name from the heavens. She was given the purpose in Yah as a prophetess in the wilderness. He didn't want her to come down here and just be called a sister of Aaron. See how ignorant people are? Why would she be called that? And then we today look at her as a prophetess, but yet she's not supposed to be identifying. So how do we know she was a prophetess? You see, it's just sickening to know that people's mind is so caught up in belittling the gifts of the Most High Yah. That's the power. They don't want to receive her as the spiritual, her spiritual name and her spiritual purpose. They don't want to receive it like that. No, we just want to know she's Aaron's sister. We want to know this. It says she's Aaron's sister on the tail end. Did it say that? Same thing with Deborah. You didn't even know she was married until it put on her. She's a wife of this man. That's it. It ain't important what she is in the flesh. It's who she is in the spirit. where the power rests therein. Okay, then you had Huda. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Huda. Second Kings, same way. He did not name no one, Deborah, wife of so and so, or Marian, sister of Ern. He didn't do that. He don't have to do that, and he don't want those that he says, if it was so, it would fool his very elect. His elect, he don't want us to see it like you see it. Take it like you take it in your flesh, and that's where you let it rest. No, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than your flesh. It is spirit, and it is truth. These are things that has taken place before the foundation of the world, and he didn't send them down here to buckle up to the flesh, but that you may know who they are in the spirit. Because which one come first? Which one come first? So why must you walk around here not identifying your spiritual mission? That's what's wrong with people today. They don't even know who they are in Yah. They don't even know their purpose. They don't even know their position, because they have stripped you all from the power of the Most High Yah. Yeshua sitting here saying, well, wait a minute, not Hamashiach, which is Christ said, but Deborah, I'm the head. I got a head, and I told him I got a body, and even in that body, I gave him all positions, and in that body, I gave him the power, but it's not activated. Why? Because you're listening to people who don't have no power tell you who you are in him, what you should be doing in him, how you supposed to think in him, how you supposed to feel in him, how you supposed to walk in him, how you supposed to talk in him, but then no power. Come on now. But that's the way they're teaching you all. Huda. Second Kings. Let me just go over that. And I'm not going to hold you all long tonight, but I am going to take a couple of questions from the chat. And Huda. Second Kings, verse 22. No, chapter 22. I'm all off. Chapter 22 and verse, I think we got 13. Let's see here. Let's see where it's. Second Kings, chapter 22, verse 13. And this in here is Huda. Okay. No, it's not 13, you all. I'm sorry. It's 14. So Hilkiah, the priest, and what is that? Ahab. Is it Ahab? What was that? Ahab. Come. Come. Wait a minute now. Is that how you pronounce it? Hey, Ahai. Cam. Right? Ahai Cam. Is that how you pronounce this name? Do anyone know how to pronounce that name? Break it down a little bit. It's Ahikam. Cam. Ahikam. I never heard of that name, but these here, I just put it like these. These are three names I'm not going to be able to pronounce, but I will say this. Went unto Huda, the prophetess. Now, even then, these priests, the priests and these other kings, they went to Huda, which is a prophetess. And notice right next to it, it says the wife of Shalom. Now, why is it that it's not saying the wife of Shalom, Huda, the prophetess. No, it's not going to say that. It's going to tell you first, who her holy name is, Huda. And then it's going to tell you she's the prophetess from who? From Yah. And then it's going to tell you the wife. You see, he's not going to tell you when Huda is the wife or so and so. No, he's not going to do that. He don't want us to take it like that. He wants us to come from the right end, which is who she was, who is her holy name, and then her holy purpose, her not a holy her spiritual purpose, her spiritual calling that Yah is sending her down here as a prophetess. Now, even her, she too, as a prophetess, was called as well to judge. She judged the house of Israel as well. You see, and if Yah is calling these females to do this, who took the power from them? Have anybody? Who stripped them from being who Yah called them to be, called their holy name, and then gave them a holy purpose? So, in the body. Now, who took that? Who stripped that? Who took that away? Men want you to just accept, oh, she's just a wife. And then, oh, her name is Huda, and she's a prophetess. No, no, no. That's not how the Most High wants us to take that. He wants us to take it first from his end. Now, why do we represent everything the devil has to say from his beginning to his end? But Yah, we don't want to take nothing from spirit and truth. We want to just worship Yah from the tail end and just say whatever man said is. See, and this is where you have people who actually be on this platform telling you that you're not supposed to say your purpose or your spiritual calling. You're just supposed to walk around. I guess people are supposed to figure it out. People are just supposed to just say, who are you? Oh, you this and you that. And that's what they're doing. People are calling themselves names that Yah has not even called into the body of Hamashiach. He has not even called. I wouldn't dare take on names that Yah have not called me to. I'm saying to these women and to these men, do not take on these positions that you have not been called to. Because you first have to be called by a holy calling. And that holy calling would tell you your purpose that he has in you. And it would break them things down so you can understand it. But what has happened is, where is the power, y'all? You think we can find it? Where is it? Where is the holy power? They have taken it from the prophetess to where the prophetess today, they don't even want to step out. Why? Because they don't know how to identify themselves. They don't even have to, they figure they don't look the road, they don't act the road, they don't walk the road, they don't talk it. Oh, I ain't on YouTube and I ain't on Instagram, I ain't on page. Well, no, sister, brother. When you're called by a holy calling, step into that and let Yah show you and direct you, because he did it to me. He'll do it for you. Because I got all off balance thinking I had to do this, and he had to tell me, what are you doing? I didn't tell you to do that. And guess what he told me? Go into the Bible and see what the purpose of a prophetess, and then you'll find your way. Don't be going here trying to be something I didn't call you to be. I didn't tell you to master all them verses and them scriptures. Matter of fact, I didn't tell nobody. What degree did Paul, Mark, Luke, and John, and David and them have? What book did they carry around saying John this, Peter this, and what book did they have? So the Most High really dealt with me when I was younger, just letting me know you don't have to do all that. So what I used to say a lot, I know y'all didn't heard me, said take off them role playing clothes, and that's what a lot of people are in. They in role playing clothes, and they play in them clothes, and they've been playing it on this devil platform for quite some time. And even Huda, she even was called as Deborah, to judge the house of Israel. That's what the prophetess are called to. We can't let man place us where they want to put us. We received a holy name and a holy calling. A lot of us think our name is just our name. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is connected with a holy calling. Yah has called that name in you to be that. And when he called you with the holy name, if you don't have a purpose, he didn't call you just because she just called you that holy name and then send you down here to be nothing. And you don't even know who you are. Nobody don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You just down here. No. And what happens is so many people eat up on people who say they prophets and prophetess, and they down them, they stay on them so bad. But you have to understand, if you're called with a holy calling, that's power, y'all. That's power. Never, never allow man's dark power to destroy your light power, because you walking in the light. So don't let their darkness, because that's what they do. And that's why now you have people who right today that have sat up in the church year after year after year, know their name, their holy name, and know their holy calling, and know that they are in the body of Hamashiach. They know they in there. But if you ask them, okay, what about your power? They probably start crying and saying, for so long, I knew I had it, but I haven't been able to, to get convince someone that I am who he called me to be. That's not your job. You ain't out here to prove nothing to nobody. And see, that's where the downfall is at. They think that you got to prove yourself to them to be who he called you. You don't have to prove yourself to Deborah and nobody else. No pastor, no bishop, no evangelist, no more, no watchman, no nobody, no teachers, no seer, nobody. You just walk in your holy calling and pray to him that you will stop denying his power. Because that's what he's using us. Didn't he use Yeshua? Did he have to use Yeshua? No. Didn't he part that sea? Didn't he part that sea for the whole house of Israel? Didn't he send the flood? So what do he need with you wanting to accept his power in a way that you want him to bring it to you and feed it to you and chew it for you and tell you when you do it like this? And no. That power know how to work on its own. It works on its own. It works through you and show you who it is. But what happened? They have denied it. And the reason why I picked Prophetess is because I noticed that the Prophetess had a great power. Whenever you're able to judge the whole house of Israel, that's power. What you mean, Deborah? Yah gave them the power to judge the men. This is why men want them to shut up, because they're afraid of what been prophesied in this day, that how Yah gonna show up and show out. And one of them was he's gonna allow the women to step forward before the men. Why? Because he said for so long, those that led them in error. And then they wonder why the children is going to be oppressors to the parents. And that's going on right today. That is so thick today. I would have never thought I would walk in that situation, because I was the one that was counseling people in that situation. So here it is. Hey, I can tell you what's what. I can tell you what's going on. I can tell you this and tell you that. Wait a minute. Now it's in your house. What's going on? I couldn't take it. I'm sorry. I had to put it down too. Oh, no. Sister girl ain't going to have that. I'm not going to put up with that. Is it hard? Hell yeah, it's hard. But it ain't nothing like when it come to your house. One thing about it, I have to keep that power cool down. I have to keep it cool, y'all. I got to keep it cool. I got to keep it cool. And how do I do that? In prayer. Praying to the one that can keep me tame. Because I've been and used that power. And guess what? My children know that too. Yes, they know it. They know it. So I'm saying to you, the power is not something that we are to hide from and to deny it. We are to manifest it because there's people in the hospital waiting for us. There's people on their sick bed. Now, I know it's a lot of stuff going on tonight. I mean, not tonight, in this day and time, in this dark and evil days. But there's always somebody that we can bless with the power of Yah that rests therein. Always. Always. Why? Because the gift was given. Where can we say that it is at? Where is it today? We can't even, we don't even know where it's at. We don't even know where to look for it. But if we say we have the Ruach HaKodesh, the power is what gave us the Spirit. Go to Acts and it tells you about the day of Pentecost, what was going on. Looked like there was power going on then. You see? This is the same power that Yeshua HaMashiach said that we shall receive after the Spirit has come upon us. You see? And we have denied it every step of the way. And there are those who not only denied it, but they denied others from searching and desiring the Most High to reveal it unto them. So that's why people are where they're at today, lost without a cause, trying to find their way. In Isaiah, I don't know if that was Isaiah. That wasn't Isaiah. It might have been Isaiah. Isaiah's wife, I didn't know he had I don't know if that was Isaiah, but it was another prophet that had a child. He went into her and she had a son. But I like the way it said it. I hope I got that right. Let me show y'all something about how important it is to be called by your holy calling. Let me show you. I think this is the right one. Oh, yeah. Is it Isaiah? Yeah, it is Isaiah. Isaiah 8. Isaiah 8 and verse 3. Now just listen to this. Isaiah 8 and verse 3. I went into the prophetess and she conceived. Now, do you see her name? Do you see who said they went into her? Do you see his name? No. No. But you see the holy calling, a prophetess. You see what I'm saying? Why is it her name is not there? Or why is it his name is not there? That was Isaac, I think it's Isaiah's wife. Now listen to this. I went into her, into the prophetess, and she conceived. What's so big about going into the prophetess? Letting you know she was holy. She was a woman of the Most High Yah, sent here with a position. He went into her and she conceived. But see, he's still saying exactly what it said about Deborah. It's just like it said about Huda and Marion. It wasn't giving the man the authority and the upper hand to say, oh, that was his wife, or that was Aaron's sister, or no. It's letting you know she's a prophetess. Respect that. That's what he's saying. Respect who she is in me. That's all he's saying. I'm gonna show you the difference. When you go to let's go to Luke 2. Luke, and I'm gonna show you another way he identified this prophet, not this prophetess, in Luke, the book of Luke, chapter 2 and 36. Luke, chapter 2, verse 36. Is that the right one? 36. Okay, verse 36 to 38. And there was one Anna, a prophetess. And then what did it say? The daughter of who? Phaeuon. You all. Faye you all. That's it. Faye you all. Now, how is it it's not telling you that the daughter of Faye you all, instead of saying Anna, a prophetess? It's because y'all want you to understand she is mine. I son her. This is her mission. And she's the daughter of Phayuel. You see, he is not trying to get you to honor the father. The who is this? Is the father. He is not trying to get you to recognize that, hey, she's the daughter. He wants you first of all to know her spiritual name is Anna, and she is a prophetess of mine. That's all y'all want y'all to know. And this is why the men do not want women to speak, because back then in the days, they judged their tails. They judged their tails. And that's the order y'all called them from the heavens to do. You get it? You get that? Then when you get back to the other prophets, you're not going to find them judging the whole house of Israel. So what made y'all turn that over to a woman? This is why they want you to shut up and don't exalt yourself. It's because they know that if you exalt yourself, bring yourself to the level of you answer to your holy calling, then they have to stand down. And I don't mean stand down and be puppies or controlled. No. They have to stand down and have respect. And that's what no man in the Hebrew Israelite movement desire to do. Okay, now you got one more, and this is what's going to change the whole topic right here. Acts 21. In Acts 21 and 9. Acts 21 and 9. And the same man had 4 daughters, virgins, which did prophesy. You see, they're not prophets. They have been called out with the holy name. You see, they are not Yah's prophets. You see, he even let you know. He called the man that had, and this was this Philip's house, the evangelist, which was one of the 7 who abide with him. Oh no, and the same man had 4 daughters. Was it? Yeah, Philip. He had, and the same man had 4 daughters, virgins. See, they told you about them being daughters and them being virgin. You see, they didn't give their name, nor did they give their spiritual calling, which is a prophetess. If they was prophetess, then he'll say their name, that they are the prophetess, the 4 daughters of Philip. You see, they didn't do that. So that's the difference. See, they were just blessed to be, they was given the gift to prophesy. Okay. So therefore, that don't make them prophetess, nor prophetess. So right there shows you the difference in how Yah called his out versus what he called Philip daughters as prophets, those that are called as prophets, prophesying. And that's something he poured out on the what he say, sons and daughters. In the last days, it's going to be poured out even greater. It is, but it's they denying it. The power is being denied. So what you don't understand, all of this, what Sister Deborah is talking about, is what's leading up to the judgment of the house of Israel. Wouldn't you think that if we've been in captivity 4 years, Father, why must we be judged? Because we didn't learn nothing all the time we were there. And that's sad. I really wouldn't want to say it like that, but that's the truth. So now he has to judge the whole house of Israel, because first of all, the whole house of Israel needs to be judged because they have denied everything that he has given them. They don't want no most high, even though they say that with their mouth and their lips and their hearts are so far from him. They want these platforms and only what these platforms have to give them. So I say unto you, anyone have any questions, or have something that's going on that they want to discuss? Yep, it's definitely there. The power is definitely there. I, with no doubt, I know that it is. It's still there because I couldn't see him from from the time I've known him to give me something and take it back. Yeah, it's not the Most High. It's not like that. He gives you something. It's still within you. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, the power of keeping women quiet today is what they're trying to get back to because they really saw how their forefathers were able to do much sin when the women were quiet. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and it's sad, and I did not know that. And long as I've been living, I had no idea. But throughout every job I had, I always worked with the multitude. People that was 3,000, 6,000, 2,000, 1,000. And I was the person that many would come to and talk to, and they would tell me the issues. But I think it was less than 6 months I got on TV, on YouTube, and I heard this new program this Caucasian man have where he talks to all these black men that's older than I am. And they were crying and they were just so hurt. And you can tell they had a hard life. And they began saying how the mothers and the grandmothers were beaten and were told to not speak. And the men, grandpa friend, daddy, brother, and uncles and cousins, they raped them. And you all don't believe that that stuff exists. That stuff been going on way back. That's why I don't listen to the men sitting talking about they raped our women's and they took our women and raped. What difference does it make? You wanted to get, you didn't got to them. The truth be told, you didn't rape your daughters, your sons. All you have to do back is go back to Lot. Lot was kin to Abraham. You see, this stuff been going on for years, you guys. Have you ever wondered why is it y'all just didn't stop it all? See what I'm saying? Why didn't y'all see this here? And I sit there and I listen to these people tell me they life, and I'm like, where have I been? I've been in a cage somewhere, and I would go home crying. I was working at Chrysler mini van plant. And when them Caucasians and them white people would come over to me and say, can I talk to you for a few minutes? I don't want to take your whole lunch. I sat here and I had to listen to all this. And I would go home crying, Father, how did you let them do that? Why did you let? And when I saw this program less than 6 months ago, seeing these men crying out, here they are older than I am, crying out about how they've been raped since they was 2 and 3 years old. All the way up until they 15. Oh my God. And then they were so afraid to be around their children, their grandchildren. They did tamper with their children. And they, woo! This is why. When you say women being quiet, one thing they did say that the women would get beat if they said anything. So a lot of them, they were angry with mother still. They were still angry with granny, but they thought, okay, they was beating them. They saw them beating them. Praise the Most High Yah. That's right. What was that? It was taken 20 hours ago. What was that? Okay, you says if he caused Israel to forget themselves, why judge them after 400 years of oppress? See, where you have to go back to, go to Isaiah 36, chapter 36. Read that whole chapter and go over to 37. And when you finish with that, go over to Jeremiah and let Jeremiah kind of break that thing down to you, because what you don't understand, Israel was rotten to the core before they was in oppressed, before they was in the 400 years. You got to know who your people were before, and then you'll understand why it need be that they stay in the land of the ways that they were among the people that they were likened to. And after 400 years, you ain't learned nothing then. Come on. So just go back to Ezekiel, not Isaiah, Ezekiel 36. Go to Isaiah 2 and 3. The questions in which you ask is very powerful, because I'm going to tell you that. Let me tell you why it's so powerful. It will allow you to be out of the presence of his face. Because if you don't know what your people have done to cause them to be here for 400 years, then believe it or not, you're lost without no cause, none whatsoever. See, when you, and then you go, let me get this one down. Go to Leviticus 26, verse 40 and 41. See, we want to make Israel all that and some. Have you ever noticed he didn't call Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient? How long must y'all put up with us? You think 40 years is something? We've been idling gods since the beginning of time. Thousands of years. We've been disrespecting him for thousands of years. We've been profaning him for thousands of years. He take us on land that's floating with milk and honey, the richest land on the face of the earth. And what do? We kill each other. We profane the land. We make our own gods. We pollute the land. And that land was made just for us. So you have to really understand. Because when you say, if he caused Israel to go to forget themselves, why judge them after 40 years? Go back and see what he made. He blessed them to forget some things. You know why? Because if you see what they did, these Europeans would have took their tails out on them boats. They would have died in the ocean. So it's a good thing they didn't know some things, because they were some ugly people, the ugliest people on the face of the earth. You need to go back. And don't go back with the idea of hearing what Sister Deborah said. Read for yourself, because y'all gonna give it to you, because it's the day we're in is in that day where knowledge is increased. You don't have to go to nobody's page. It's going to be revealed right to you. Now you go to Ezekiel 36. Read the whole Ezekiel 36. You go to Leviticus 26, verse 40 and 41. You go to Isaiah chapter 2, 3, and 4. And honestly, you can go all up in Ezekiel and Jeremiah. They'll break it down to you. They'll break it down to you. Why do you think Moses didn't make it over? It's because he got so tired of what they were doing. He was more so on their side after a while. No. You ain't going over there. Tell you what, you ain't gonna make it to the other side. Signs and wonder. Now, you said, wow, sister, where was that? Now, what was that? I said so much. Are you talking to someone else? Okay. All praise to the Most High Yah. We praise the Most High Yah. Now, what was that there? The people saying that the angels, but you saw a hand. Come on, giant hand in the sky with horses standing inside. What was that? Huh? I'm trying to see. It says YouTubers MRM33BBB people seeing the angels, but you I saw a hand. What was that? Just one horse. I'm trying to understand. I'm not getting something. The one horse, just one horse, and the people seeing the angels, but you I saw a hand. I'm so lost now. It ain't your fault. I'm just lost. I'm trying to kind of pick up what you're saying. Oh, someone took a picture, okay, of the sky, okay, and they saw angels, but you, I saw a hand. Oh, it looks like angels. Okay, the picture does. Wow, that was on YouTube. That Leviticus chapter 26, verse 40 and 41. And he will break down to you why, as far as I'll let you read it and see what you get out of it. You saw a giant horse? Oh wow. When was that? Was that today? Somebody had took a picture of a sky in this of the sky and it looked like angels. Oh wow. A giant hand. Wow. Was that today? Holding a horse. Holding one horse. 20 hours ago. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. Thank you so much. And if you all are called and you have already answered your holy calling, stand on it. That's what time it is. Because it's almost reminding me of those he gave the talents to. He gave a one and he gave another one, I think five, and he gave one 10, something of that nature. Use what he has given you. Use it. Don't let nobody steer you away from what he has called you to, or to do, or to be in him. Oh, that. Okay, got you. I'm going to look at that. So you don't think it's anything that have to do with technology? It's a sad thing that they're trying to say all these kids got COVID. It's a sad, it is. I know in Mississippi they say they got 12,000 students have been tested with COVID. Now, see, that right there is a sign to let you know these people didn't lost their mind. So thank you so much. Praise the Most High Yah. Let me explain something to you right quick. Let me tell you what my experience is. And yeah, sometimes it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to me. Every white people, every white person, Caucasian person that I've ran up on in the last 2 years, when I be trying to tell them who we are, They beat me to the punch. They beats me to the punch and then turn around and tell me, but Miss Deborah, we always knew who you all were. And then that covers Ezekiel 36. It makes sense. They always, and that's what Ezekiel say, the chapter 36. They knew us. And they said, are you all are the people of the Most High Yah. And I'm like saying, wait a minute now. But the last 2 years, I be trying to tell them who we are and that they're gonna be judged as well. They already know. I mean, because I'm really open like that. I just tell them straight, and I be thinking I'm telling them something. When they tell me who I am, I shut my mouth and get somewhere and sit down because I'm like saying, how do these people know who we are, and our people could care less? Because a lot of you all don't understand these Hebrew Israelite movements running around here talking the 12 tribes, the 12 tribes. You ain't even got your own tribe in order. How you running around here talking about the 12? You one and ain't in order. So how you talking about the 12? I mean, it just don't make no sense. Oh, okay. I'm gonna definitely look at that. Yeah. And this just blows my mind when they sit there and I be thinking, okay, these white guys that come into my store, I already know that they rednecks, and I be just sitting here and when we get in a conversation and then I tell them we'll be getting a conversation, they be talking about what the government and them doing and all this and that, and then they'll throw something in about blacks. But what they be throwing in is because they're saying how they trying to set up the black people all kind of ways and make everybody look at black people the wrong way. Then they begin to tell you who you are. I'm telling you. And then you be sitting here like, you mean these people know who we are? And we run around here acting a fool. Like we don't even know what's going on. See, if you run up on one that don't know, it's because the trick to it is they know. They want to keep the secret going on. They want to keep it under the table. Caucasian people is like this. As long as you're listening to them and hearing the way they say it, they good. But the moment you say something, then they don't want you to exalt your opinion or the way you feel. You just have to hear it the way they say it. You see, and I do not let them escape. I'm gonna listen to you, but when you done, you gonna hear me. And it works really well with me. Yeah, Jay, I don't understand the tribe of Judah. I just don't understand this. How you trying to get 12 tribes together and you ain't got your ignital together? In the Bible, y'all always had a dealing with you, and you refuse this day to recognize that or to do anything about your own tribe. And if your tribe, the other tribes see you and you ain't doing nothing, why you say that, Deborah? Why you say that? It's because Jacob said before he died that all his sons is going to look up to the tribe of Judah. That's what Jacob said. And then that's what Jacob had said to Judah. That's what he said, you guys. And then Judah got his tail out here acting a monkey, killing each other and hating on women and teaching these men this stupidity. It's hard for people to think that we are anything. And I'm telling y'all something. If Sister Deborah says she's a prophetess in the wilderness and Most High constantly showing her these things about her people and allowing her to see it so she can best understand this is what he feels from heaven, then how do you think these people who see our men with their pants hanging down all to the ground and acting a fool out in public and killing and hating their women and treating not taking care of their children. They ain't never done nothing right. So we need to stop lying, putting them up on pedestals, and then to hear all these men talk about who ruined their lives was their own family members that was males. And we running around here trying to make them all that and something. How you gonna be a king? How you gonna be a leader? How you gonna rule when you ain't even get your butt up under the Ruach HaKodesh? When but see, you should be able to have information to show her. I mean, if she's someone that sits down, maybe eat lunch with you, or someone that's, listen to you, you should be able to have some information for her. Tell her to go to I think it's one there were so many on YouTube that would kind of enlighten her. Oh no, all those kids don't have COVID, but that's what they're doing, and they getting away with it. Every time you turn around, they telling you all these college students have to leave the college because they all had COVID. They need to stop that. But what bothers me, if that's not the beast right hand, got everybody sitting here making a lie the truth. If that ain't him, who is it that can have control this much in the last almost year or 2 years? Who is this ruling? Y'all don't understand that? He's hidden. He's hiding out, making all these rules and all these standards, and we sitting around here, ain't even nobody trying to figure out or trying to say, who is it? I think it's Obama. I think it's him. I can't say for sure, y'all, but I'm just saying that's my own little thing. I think it's him. He got, if it's not him, he would have to be the Antichrist. If it's not him, he would have to be the beast. He would have to be one or the other. He would have to be. He got to be in that somewhere. But see, you should be able to find so much information that would just give it to her and go on YouTube, find out the information that's there. It's so much. Just give her one. You look at it first, and you give her one and tell her to look at it, then come back and tell me what you think. And you have to give her so many of them on there showing you where it all started. She don't have to accept words from you. All you have to do is give her the you. I don't know if you've been on here a while. There's a lot of them on here. Yeah, because that's what they don't they already know the truth, babe. They just trying to seek out uh untruth and unjust. Because when them people they come to my store sit and tell me that they lying about a lot of things regarding black people, it's because they trying to start some mess up, and they get to telling you about how they trying to start how we trying to start let me get this here right quick. They're trying to start racial wars and all stuff, all kind of stuff. Can you hold 1 minute? I'm not gonna be long. 1 minute. Hey Charles, tell Joseph, let me know if he. Okay, you guys, sorry, my son needed his car towed, so I had to give him the information. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, let her keep on seeking it out. You know what? Because you have to let her seek it out, because you know what? Caucasians can tell her the truth. See, what you think, we've been brainwashed by our own. We've been deceived by our own people, because even they know the truth. I'm sitting here telling you, they come in my store knowing the truth. They know the truth. So if she's seeking, she thinking she can seek it out through Caucasians, let her do that. They might tell her. She'll run up on one. Y'all allowed her to run up on one to break that thing down to her. So when your daughter had it, what was her symptoms? Oh yes, they got to get the world where they want it, and where y'all gonna let them? What is her symptoms? Because see, what I believe is people are claiming it and naming it what the media is saying that it is. The weather is changing. We have rain and we have weather changing. Okay. So people are bypassing codes and in anything that's actually going on, because they're labeling everything the COVID. And that, when we are categorizing all that stuff, that then participant in that, sort of participating in their deceiving thing. Because honestly, you notice they don't say anything about the flu no more. What happened? You got a cold, you got COVID. Your nose running, you got COVID. You're sneezing, you're coughing. Everything is COVID. We're feeding into it. And it's too late. That's all I can say, y'all. That's all I can say. It's too late. It's too many of us that fed into it. So that get ready, because y'all already done told me at first it was by choice. But when the mandatory period is set before us, that's just it. And no one can say anything, because I believe, like a lot of this country haven't seen France, Italy, Australia, all of them are marching by thousands to keep these people from making this stuff mandatory. And the people in here in United Snakes of America ain't doing nothing but running around here killing each other. I think it's Obama. You think it's Obama too? I think it is too. But normally, when you have anything that has to do with coughing and when you have a cold, don't you lose your smell anyway? Look up the word cold or just cold, a cold. And I think you lose your sense of taste and smell when you have that. Yep. I think the media got us thinking that many people, those people are dying like that. I don't believe the numbers. I never will, and nor have I. Yeah, you don't hear about the cold nor the flu. Everything is the COVID. You bumped your knee, it's the COVID. You have an ear infection, it's the COVID. You bite your tongue, it's the COVID. Everything. And we feeding in it big time. So to me, like the Most High said, leave it alone. It's over because the people then bought into it. They have bought into it. They are worshiping it. Anybody out there, if you have any type of symptoms, take you 4 at leaves, at wait 6 hours, and take another 4 at leaves, wait 6 hours, and then take another 4. After that, anything you got should have been bumped out. That's it. What you said, that's what you heard. Get ready, get ready. You heard that, huh? And you gave it to everybody in your, I believe, because my youngest sister uh son had, no, her grandson had something about 4 months ago. And he put it everywhere. Mama, his daddy, his everybody that came to my sister's house got it. And he was, I think he's 4, but everybody caught what he had. And it was, they say it was horrible for 3 days. And it came with runny, having a bowel movement and some symptoms, that you would think that they would category, but they said it was not the COVID. That was about 3, 4 months ago. They said it was not the COVID because now everything is the COVID. But I'm just showing you how they said it's a virus that was out. And it's a lot of things. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what the Spirit has told me. He told me that they're going to put out so much bacteria, virus, everything. He said they're going to put out so much, everybody's going to be having something. He said that they are releasing so much that's out there. Yeah, I don't know if I think he's either the Antichrist or he the beast. He one or the other. But yeah, there's a virus and I heard it's a couple of them out that's out, but they were out before this time in the last 4 months ago, 3 months. No, it was 3 months ago that my family's members had it, and they said it was not the COVID. It was a virus that was out, and some people said it's been going on 6 months, but I don't know. Oh, so you only took 4. See, that's good. Once you know that you're feeling better, you can pull off. But only reason why I keep the 4, and sometimes I don't have to go to the third stage because sometimes the first works, sometimes the first 4, and then another 4 works. But I never have to go to the 6. But the 6 to me, the not the 6, the third step, I feel that should work wonders. But it does. Now, once they get you in the hospital, they're gonna shut your body down. They shutting that body down. They're gonna put you on life support. What about Jonah? You told him to do that? No, I'm just saying. Remember, I told you I had somewhere to go, but that's okay. Don't call him. That's okay. Yeah, but I think it's a biochemical warfare. That's what they're using. I think that's what it is. Because they said they put some stuff in some mosquitoes and sent them down to Texas and what was that? Texas and Florida. I think that was Florida. And they getting away with all that. Ain't nobody saying nothing. But they knew that. They knew they knew they was gonna bring him out. Some people even thinking that Michelle Obama gonna step in, but I think it's gonna be Obama. I don't know where she's gonna step in on. What's that? Is her name Harris? She's not gonna. She needs to get somewhere. They pulled her up from out over there in India, and just like they got all these doctors in this country lying, they brought them in and told them they're gonna take care of them and their families if they can use them during this time. And they come here just to sit at the bedside of all these people and say that they died from this. And I believe they giving them something and putting them under. No, you're right. You're right. The pastors are not warning. You are 100% right. Don't it make you question? Don't it make you wonder? That all these people, these mega churches and all this, that have been leading this multitude. And that's why they say if you go to the hospital, that's it. Yeah, I take the 4. I've been doing it for years, and that's anything that come up on you, to sneak up on a sore throat, anything, pain in your body, whatever. I just it's just me. I do that 4, wait 6 hours, do another 4, and normally after that second one, that was it. And I said if it's still going, do that other 4. But and that's what I do. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna hurt you. You better be concerned about what they putting out here in this with this biochemical. Now that leaves. And then once you finish taking, that's it. Don't keep taking them. Just that should do the job. A lot of the churches are telling the people they can't even come in unless they have a shot. Yeah, they are. When you get on that life support machine, they take your system. They control your heartbeat and everything. They cause your whole system to shut down. You're welcome, Pastor. Nope, they ain't gonna say nothing. That's why you would think that the people would stay out of the church. You would think that they would stay out of them churches. I mean, they should. If you've been closed this long, you might as well just keep it closed. You would think that the people would do that, but they just everybody looking to be lied to. Oh, I got to go get. I just thought about what I said. People are looking to be lied to. Ain't that deep? That's sad. They ain't saying the pastors ain't saying nothing. That's all it's all about. Is we got, and they definitely gonna put us under, y'all. So that's why I say anybody if you don't have to go to the hospital, and I'm glad I'm saying that now. I'm gonna have to make sure I text my oldest daughter, stay your butt out the hospital, running up there. Who get ad leads from off of Amazon? Oh, I'd be scared to buy anything off of Amazon round about now. Ooh, do y'all understand where that stuff is coming from? You don't know. My kids had to explain that to me. They said, Mama, these are not even people who make the original nothing. These are all kind of people all over in different countries and everywhere. They're selling stuff, selling it to you as if it's what it is. Oh no, baby, you don't want to buy nothing from Amazon. Oh no, you can just go to Walmart. You can just go to the store and pick that up. When my kids explained to me that what Amazon was, I was like, why ain't nobody telling nobody that? I think that's sad. Amazon would have, let's say like 200 different people selling at least, and none of them is the manufacturer. You see, that's how scary it is. You just can't go by and say, when they was telling me that, I said, you got to, because I ordered a camera. And they the one told me it was okay. And when I got it, I showed it to them, and then that's when they explained to me. I sent it back, and I complained so bad that they sent me my money 2 weeks later. No, they're not going to talk about Israel. They're not going to talk about the tribes. They don't want to talk about none of that. And that you see that old man called Jenny, Gino Jenny. He think it's all about going down in the water. He too ignorant to understand. You can go down a wet devil and come up a wet one. So what difference does it make? It still ain't connected to spirit and truth. Oh no, they say you don't want to do that, because I did not know that. And then my kids gonna tell me, but Mama, that's selling everybody in the world selling it, and all they have to do is say they selling at least. No, you don't want to buy that. Right. But see, my kids told me, oh, that's a nice camera. And I got it, guess what it was like, y'all? A plastic toy. And that's because it came from somewhere that I couldn't even understand the language. Yeah, you don't want to, because see, I didn't even know they was like that until my children told me, you don't want to do that, Mama. I'm gonna show you something else I bought. Okay, I got this here from Walmart. When I saw it, I had to have it. I had to have it. I got this from Walmart. Can you see it? And I bought a whole lot of them. Why? These are wax cubes, right? But whew, they are so strong. What one of these could do for me is I would break it up in, I wouldn't use the whole one. I think I would break it up into 4 pieces like this here. I will break this up into 4 pieces. I will start a boiled water. Okay. And I would take one of the pieces, drop it into the boiled water, and I have a big plush towel. Say, for instance, my daughter having problem breathing because she has asthma, my oldest daughter. Instead of her going to the hospital, I would prefer her to come here because I will work with her with all this sort of stuff that I have here. Um, Lemongrass. I think you all just said it. Sweet orange. We got everything. Peppermint oil. I think I could. I don't think I can, but I think the Spirit will lead me in uh what to use. And that's why I bought a lot of these, because I know this is opening up. This will open you up. People wouldn't even have to go to the hospital with this here stuff here. You see what I'm saying? It would open you up, so you can breathe and your lungs can get to uh uh uh, uh um this can the it's so strong it can get to your lungs and open you up. Okay. I got so many different, so much, y'all. I got so I ain't gonna even take all this stuff out. It doesn't make any sense to. But I all the oils, I have them all. I have them all. I have so much of that stuff. It's crazy. But this here, I had to get a lot of them. And guess where else? I took them and put them in my storage because I know this here, that's going to do some wonders there. Peppermint oil, I heard that is good. But I think, what do you put? You would put that, wouldn't you put it, would you put it in water, drop of it, and then you cut and let it boil while you underneath it with a towel. Yep, I have that too. Yep. Mm-hmm. I love shea butter. Mmm. That probably would be good too, wouldn't it? For a chest rub. It would. You saying that the lemon grass, it tightens my lungs. Do it? I'm glad you told me that. Oh yeah, I'm glad you told me that. But before I do any and everything, even before I take those at leaves, to me, I feel I'm led. If and I don't do it now. I want y'all to understand, when I say I take those at leaves, I can be having a pain somewhere and maybe it lasts an hour already, and then I would take it. But when I feel a cold coming on or something that's coming on, even a pain that's trying to come on, look like it been there longer than a half an hour, whatever, I start on my at leaves. And the reason why I do it is because it has worked. And I feel that that is something that have worked, you know. Um, and when they first came out with this biochemical, the first thing they told people not to take, guess what it was? My kids, they grown, but they thought that was so funny. They said, Mama, guess what they tell us not to take? Ad leaves. I said, you know why? Because they know. They know. Yep. Okay, you all, we've been on here 2 hours. I don't want to hold you all night. Oh, no, you don't need nothing to help you sleep. Get on your knees and pray. Read your Bible until you fall asleep. That's one of the number. You didn't know that. You know what? One of the number one things that's going on among people is they need help with sleep. Lot of people. You're not the only one. A lot of people. My daughter, and I feel so sad for her because she takes all kind of stuff to try to sleep. Nope. When you start taking it, it's an addiction. You have to let your body do what it does natural. And when you start taking it, it's hard to stop taking something to go down. Because he created us to sleep. So if we're not sleeping, it's because we letting something keep us up. You the only one want to do that is he that likes to go to and fro during the night hours. Oh yeah, I've been in the when if I can't sleep, I grab that Bible and I start reading. You watch that devil take off and run and put you to sleep. He don't put you to sleep, but you go to sleep and fall asleep real quick. That's good to listen to. I do that too. But what I have learned is I refuse to let the enemy have the control of my body. I don't want him to have that because I remember as a little girl, uh, I even asked God. I said, "Why you let him do this to me?" And I knew he was doing it, and it's almost to the point where like he told him to do to Job. Have you tried Job? And and he let him do it. Yep, he gives his beloved sleep. Yes, he does. So ever since his time was up with me, let me tell you, uh-uh, uh-uh. He ain't get nothing else from me, especially my sleep. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. We need somebody who can help encourage people not to take things to go to sleep. Because I'm telling you, it is big time. My daughter has it really bad. It is really bad. It's even gotten to the point where a lot of people are even drinking. And it becomes, when they start taking stuff for it, then it becomes an imbalance. It throws their whole body out of balance and they don't even know it until it's too late. Yep. So Sister Deborah, is going to have to. I went past 2 hours. But you all also just read again the power that the Most High had in those that He has called. He said He called them with a holy calling. So we should not allow other people, not even Deborah, to tell me who I am in my Father and who my Father is in me. We need to be about our Father's business and trust that He has a plan. He has a body of Christ, and you don't hear nobody talking about it. And I wonder about that. The body of Christ is the one we need to be going to. Did y'all know that? That's the one we need to be uniting with because they have respect the ideal of Christ being the head and we're all in the body. When one hurt, all hurt. When one is in need, all is in need. That's the body of Christ. Thank you all. And I appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. And I'll be back again. Surely I will. So I like to say to you all, shalom and shalom.